welcome back to my channel. I'm whispering because yes, my kiddos are asleep and this mama bear does not want to wake them up. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video. I'm gonna share a few tips on why I make baby food at home. So let's dive in. You guys know I have a few videos on the things that I cook for my daughter based on the stages of growth that she went through. Right now my baby is 10 months old and I still cook everything for her. Once in a while I give her pouch food in case it's like an emergency or if she literally does not eat anything that I'm cooking her. Number one on my list is taste. Yes, I feel like the taste of home cooked baby food is so much different and so much more better than store-bought baby food. Store-bought baby food can either be bland, bitter, or too sweet, and by making your baby food at home, you can control what it tastes like. You can control the sweetness, you can control the bitterness, you can control the blandness if your baby is sick. Like, you have the power to control how the food tastes. And you can do this by adding spices and herbs, and you can even get to know what spices and herbs to use. What I love to use for my daughter when I'm making her food is anise. I love using olive oil. I love to use cinnamon. I also use some garlic. I also use chamomile, and all these things help not only flavor the food but also give added nutritional benefits to her as well. You can Google which herbs you can feed your baby depending on what stage they are in their eating, like what month, or if they're stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. You can definitely Google what herbs and spices you can use to season the food that you make for them. When you do this, you kind of get to understand what kind of foods your baby likes. Like, do they like more sweet foods? Do they like more foods with spice? Do they like more bland foods? And then when you are offering her any type of meal, you'll know, hey, let me put a pinch of cinnamon, or let me put a pinch of, like, I don't know, like put some dates in there. You know, I use so many different things. So you can even add like banana to make it more sweet. So you can experiment with different types of foods and herbs and spices to create the perfect taste for your baby. And trust me, you will be amazed at how wonderfully amazing the food ends up tasting. It's like you would never imagine the tastes that you create in your kitchen with simple ingredients. It blows my mind away every time. And let me know in the comments below if you want me to give you some tips on how I add flavor and what herbs and spices I use to prepare my daughter's meals, because it sometimes leaves me speechless at how yummy it tastes. Second on my list is nutrition. Yes, obviously home cooked foods are so much more nutritious than store-bought foods, but the thing is it's so easy to just go and buy a pouch food for your baby than cooking for them, right? But then again, like, what are you really feeding your baby? What is really in these pouch foods? And you think, oh, well, I read the back of the ingredients and it says that it's this, this, and this, and blah, blah, it's healthy. Well, let me tell you, there are preservatives in pouch foods regardless whether they say it or not. I know that there's preservatives because I cook baby food at home, and whatever I cook, it goes bad within a week, even after keeping it in the fridge. So you're telling me a pouch food that sits on the shelf for I don't know how long and it's still okay, like it's not gonna go bad? Like, come on. Also, did you know that when they cook the baby food, these companies, they cook the baby food and they put it in these pouch foods, they actually heat up the food to high temperatures to kill any type of bacteria and also to have a long shelf life. Well, in this whole process, it also kills the nutrients and vitamins that are essential for the baby, and it basically deprives the food of its nutritional value. So store-bought baby food is not really as nutritious as you think. Third reason why you should make baby food at home is the quality. Yes, quality is everything. Store-bought baby food is not just made for your baby, it's made for every baby. So there's really nothing special. They don't put anything extra in it. It's literally nothing special about it. Like, if you went to the store and bought carrots to make some carrot puree for your baby, you are for sure gonna go check that carrots, make sure that it's good, make sure it's the best, take it home and make that puree. But they don't do that when, you know, they're making pouch food, baby food. They don't like go scout for the best carrots. They don't go scout for the best whatever. It's just whatever is there. They heat it to super high temperature. They kill off the nutrients because they're like, oh, we have to make sure every bacteria is gone, because if there's anything living, then, you know, like, there you go. It's going to go spoiled because it's going to stay on that shelf for God knows how long. If you're making baby food at home, what you make is what your baby gets. There's no fillers, no thickeners, no suspicious ingredients that you can't pronounce, shelf stabilizers, or unnecessary water. Just healthy, homemade, flavorful food that you can also enjoy. The fourth reason is that it is cheaper. Don't get me wrong, like, it is like sometimes you don't have the time, you know, you don't have the time and you have to buy baby food and all that jazz. Like, I've done it before too, but the thing is if you make the time, like, you can save so much money on making your baby food at home versus store-bought, that it's like you go work, you go do all this, and then you spend how much on baby food. I actually did some research online and I came across this website, and I'll put a screenshot right here for you guys and you guys can check it out. But this lady actually did a research and she broke the cost down of store-bought baby food versus making it at home. And the mom was making her own baby food and she compared it to buying baby food, and she found out that she could save up to $438 a year. And obviously this varies from baby to baby depending on how much your baby eats, but $438 is a lot of money that you can save up, and you can do something with that money. So that's another thing. It's cheaper. So think about that. The last reason is I actually just added this in here because as I've been cooking for my daughter this whole 10 months that she's been here, and I mean, obviously she hasn't been eating the full 10 months. She's been eating for like 7 months. So for the 7 months that I have been cooking for her, I feel like I've became a better cook. I understand different flavors. I like know how to season certain things, and I use herbs that I would never use before, like dill, rosemary, and mint, and coriander, and all these like things that I would just be like, oh, well, I don't know how that would taste, or I don't know how that would go. And now I just like put it on and it's like, oh my God, it's the tastiest thing ever. So you actually can become a better cook by cooking baby food at home. And I think the reason why is because you get to learn how to use simple ingredients that you never really thought of using before. And a lot of times certain herbs and spices, like I was not trying to go near certain herbs and spices because I just was like, I know how to cook certain things and I'm not trying to change it up, because I just was like, why am I going to do that? And now that I've had my daughter, I've been cooking for her, I've been using like a star anise. I've never used that before, but it actually helps give such a nice like sweet flavor to certain dishes that, you know, I never thought of it before, but my daughter loves it. So you get to experiment with different textures, different foods, different flavors, and you get to realize that, you know, cooking really isn't as hard as it seems, and you end up becoming a better cook by experimenting with all these different herbs and spices, and then you get to whip up anything within minutes, and then cooking is not really as big of a deal as it used to be. So yeah, you know, if you want to try making baby food at home, just try it and see where it goes. You know, you have your little handy dandy phone on you, so use Google, use the website, use your friends, family, see what they did, see any traditional recipes that they had from their like lifetime when they were kids, or from grandmothers, whatever, you know. Use what recipes they had when they didn't have access to store-bought baby food, because they can actually give you some really good tips and tricks, and some recipes of theirs can actually be really, really nutritious, really healthy. That is basically it for this video. I really hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.